Hello and welcome back to this video tutorial series on creating an animation about the water cycle using Adobe Animate. In this second video, we will learn how to create the skyline for our water cycle animation. To start with this animation, we will begin with creating the sky, which will act as the main background for the animation. In Adobe Animate, create a new layer and label it Sky. Select the rectangle tool, then click on the top left corner of the stage and drag to the bottom right corner. Let's change the rectangle's color. By using the selection tool, click on the rectangle, then in the Properties panel select the sky blue color under Color and Style. Let's now make our sky a little lighter than it is to make it look more realistic. First, we shall make the rectangle transparent by reducing its alpha. Alpha is an indication of how transparent an object is. Because the background is white, making the sky transparent will make it look lighter. To do this, use the selection tool and click on the blue rectangle or sky. Click Fill under Color and Style, then change the alpha to 35%. Press Enter and click anywhere on the stage. Let's now create the sun and animate it across the skyline. Let's start by creating a new layer and label it Sun. Choose the Oval tool from the toolbar. In the event the Oval tool is not shown from the toolbar, as is the case here, right-click on the rectangle icon for more tools to be displayed. Choose the Oval tool. Click anywhere on the stage and press Shift, then drag for a perfect circular shape that will represent the sun. In case the Shift key is not pressed, an oval shape will be drawn and we would need to make adjustments in order to make a perfect circle. Change the color of the circle to yellow for the sun. Convert the circle into a symbol because we need to animate it. But also, symbols have extra properties that can be modified. To convert the circle into a symbol, right-click on it, select Convert to Symbol, and give it a name. In this case, I will name it Sun. Under Type, select Movie Clip, then choose OK. While the circle is selected using the selection tool, a filter option is created under the Properties panel. We shall make the circle glow to make it look more like the sun than just a simple circle. Click on the Add Filters button and select Glow. There are three important properties to consider when adding glow to a symbol: Blur X, Blur Y, and Strength. The two blur properties define the size of the glow around the symbol. Blur X is how much the glow is to the left and right of the symbol. Blur Y is the size of the glow above and below the symbol. The glow strength is the depth of the color in the glow. For example, if we used a glow color of red, blur X and blur Y of 100, and a strength of 100, the glow would look like this. When you reduce the strength, you see that the glow color becomes lighter. When you play around with the glow properties, you can see how the glow becomes bigger or smaller. For this animation, let us use a glow color of yellow, blur of 200, and strength of 200. Now let's animate the sun across the skyline. Go to the first keyframe and move the sun symbol to its starting point right here. At the 5-second mark, create another keyframe by right-clicking and selecting Insert Keyframe and move the sun again to its end position over here. After creating the second keyframe, you might notice that the sky is no longer visible on the stage. To make it visible, click at the 5-second mark on the sky layer, right-click, and select Insert Frame. Right-click between the two keyframes on the sun layer and create a classic tween. To test the animation of the sun, click on the first keyframe and press play. Now to make the change from a dark morning to a brighter morning as the sun rises, we shall cover the skyline with a dark rectangle for a dark morning. Then we shall progressively make the dark rectangle more transparent until it is completely transparent, which will be our bright morning. Create a new layer and label it Dark Rectangle. Use the Rectangle tool from the toolbar and draw the rectangle to cover the whole stage. Choose the color black and an alpha of 50. This is done so that the rectangle is not so dark and not as light. On the same layer, create a keyframe at the 5th-second mark. At the same point, using the selection tool, click on the rectangle and reduce the darkness of the rectangle by reducing the alpha to 0. Click anywhere between the keyframes and create a shape tween. The rectangle will smoothly change from dark to light until it disappears. To test the animation, click on the first frame and play. Thank you for watching this video. In the next video, we shall create the water animation and create the general outlook of the animation, which includes the green environment, the hills, and the moving river. See you in the next tutorial.